SAD, seasonal affective disorder. You might think of that happening during our long, gray, wet winters with very small windows of daylight. But did you know that depression can actually be worse for some people during the summer? Dr. Gregory Jantz, a mental health expert and founder of the Center for Counseling and Health Resources, is here to talk about SAD. This is really surprising because...
We could say summer depression.
Summer depression.
Affective disorder.
So it's SAD, just
sure.
a different, yeah. So even with the 14 hours of daylight that we see during the summer, isn't that enough? Why do people get depressed during the summer?
Well, we do make more vitamin D in the summer, and that does help because we're typically pretty low in vitamin D here. But, you know, one of the things is there's expectations of summer. Here it is, it's August, and you know what? My summer didn't go as I wanted. My weight's not where it wants to be. On and on.
Different reasons for feeling down, right? So what can people do about that? I mean, that might be surprising to some people that they start feeling, well, gosh, I'm not feeling as great as I think I should.
And also right now, they start thinking about, fall, it's going to be worse. And
it's coming.
You know, we got back to school, we got all these issues, and we start to feel an intensity. And so one of the things is, it's always right on time to practice good self-care. You can start today. And one of the things you need to do is, I've got a survey. You need to find out where you score, first of all, in depression. Is this really depression? That's important to know. Okay, so we'll give that in just a minute, but we need to know, okay, well, is it depression? What is really going on for me? There's sometimes a mild depression that can happen, and really what happens is it passes. We all go through it occasionally, but understand what's going on for you.
So is that really considered seasonal affective disorder, though? Is it maybe feeling the blues, maybe feeling depression, maybe sad? I mean, are there varying degrees of that?
There are varying degrees, yes. And I know sometimes there's the expectations that we had around summer, and it's like, you know, I've got the kids, everything's been intense, I don't have any time for myself, and it's summer, so we can have all that wrapped into this.
Are the traits different between seasonal affective disorder in the winter and SAD in the summer?
We tend to eat more sweets in the winter. Okay.
I thought it would be more comfort food. Well, more sweets?
Well, we tend to. For those that really have seasonal affective disorder during the winter months, the cravings are more intense. We may have more excuses to have sweets in the summer, but in the winter you have a more intense craving. There's a more physiological letdown, and so we do find that people tend to overeat more in the winter months.
So what can we do about it? I know, you know, there's certain lights that some people have, you know, in the winter time that they can put up and sort of maybe help with that vitamin D and replenish that. But what about in the summer? I mean, we are getting the vitamin D, so what else can help?
Hopefully we are. Now, I'll just tell you a personal example. I was tested for vitamin D and I was really low, so I was put on a pretty good amount. I can tell you personally it made a big difference. Okay, so go to your physician, have your vitamin D levels checked, know where you are. That can be a hidden reason for depression and typical issues with mood disorder. When
do you seek professional help?
Okay, if this has been going on, I'm saying 3 months have passed, and you know what? I'm in the same place and maybe worse. My energy is affected, my sleep's affected. Boy, when it starts to enter in your sleep, I used to work in sleep research, and if it begins to hit your sleep, look, that's time to begin to say, you know what? I better have this looked at.
So if you're, dealing with insomnia? Is that...
Insomnia, you're waking up, you start to feel anxious, you're waking up during the night, can't get back to sleep, or there's a lot of what we call just difficulty going to sleep, and you're waking up during the night and it doesn't feel restful. That's one issue to be sure to be aware of. Have that addressed.
And is there any quick fix? I mean, if someone's watching this newscast right now and they're feeling like, oh, they're talking about me, is there a quick fix to kind of feeling that extra oomph? Okay,
well, 2 things I want to make sure you're doing. Make sure you're getting enough water. The hydration and depression, the irritability and lack of water, so get the water. So today go, okay, next 3 days, I'm really going to work on my water. It does make a difference. Next thing I want you to do is, do get out there for 20 minutes and get moving. You'll be surprised.
And how can people get to that questionnaire?
Oh, the questionnaire.
Yeah.
Yes, the depression questionnaire is real simple. It's confidential. aplaceofhope.com. aplaceofhope.com. You'll see it right there.
And you have a book called Turning Your Down into Up with more information. Dr. Jantz, always great to see you. Thanks for the information. We'll be right back with more King 5 Morning News after this.